Now it's been two times that Nvidia came out on stage and said how great their RTX graphics card are and how ray tracing can change the whole gaming industry. But if you are like me, then most probably you are thinking, what it is really ray tracing and why there is so much fuss around it? Well, if you have that particular question in your mind, well, then you landed on a perfect video, because in this video I'm going to explain you why ray tracing is so much important or impressive, and like what is ray tracing mainly, and why there is so much fuss around it. Well, before talking about ray tracing, we have to first talk about the technology most of the games are using currently right now, and that is rasterization. So what is it? So when you are playing a game, what you are seeing on screen are millions and millions of pixels, and those pixels are drawn by a two-dimensional geometrical shape named polygon. Mainly they are triangles. So after a frame is drawn, it gets translated or rasterized, and after that the whole frame get processed, where it gets most of its visual quality like the textures, colors, shadows, lighting effects, all the things, and now those effects are baked into those frames, and it happens several times in a second, and that's how you play your game, or this is the general way how rasterization work. Now that you have understand what rasterization is, let me give you an example which will make the whole concept of ray tracing much more easier. Now let's look at this frame. So I have a camera in front of me and a light source. So now light is coming from that light source and hitting my face, and after it hits my face, it gets reflected toward my camera sensor, and then the sensor captures that reflection, and generally how this frame is made up. Now, aren't we see these kind of lighting effects in most of the games? Yes, we see, but those are baked in effect. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's assume in a game we have a water right here. Let's think it's a water, like a puddle, a water puddle. I don't know what the particular word for that. So here is a water, and in above that water we have a light source. Mainly, let's think about it's a street lamp. Now the street lamp, the light is hitting that water surface and it's get reflected. Now our eyes is the sensor, and we are seeing that reflection. Now what happens in real life, depending on our position, we see that reflection differently. But in most of the games, no matter what your position is, it is like the reflection or the effect get is mostly similar. And also material mapping or the material light mapping is also all very difficult with rasterization, which is very easy with ray tracing. Now if you have seen any Pixar movies throughout the years, then you have seen ray tracing in action. Most of the Pixar movies we see, or mostly a lot of animated movies, use ray tracing to like achieve that effect. Now, so what is the problem to commercialize this ray tracing in our modern games? Well, simple thing: computational and time. Most of those films get rendered throughout months and months, and even sometime years. And not only that, they take a bunch of resource or computational power, and not a lot of gamers have millions of dollars lying around them there. And also we need every second 60 frames, like we need 60 frames every second to have a good gaming experience. Now that is where RTX comes into play. Rather than focusing on every single photon and every single light array, it focuses on only the lighting effects or only the light rays that matters to achieve that level of realism. And not only that, in Nvidia's RTX graphics card, we have a dedicated RT cores which handles this only ray tracing task. And that is the reason why there is so much fuss around RTX, because it promises to commercialize this technology in our modern day games. So now you know what ray tracing is and why there is so much fuss around it. So if you like the video, hit the like button. If you don't, leave it a dislike, that works for me. And if you want to watch more videos from us, you can check this video right here. And if you want to subscribe, which I appreciate if you do that, well, do it by here. And this is Akash, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.